What's up, guys? This is Gabe from 𝘿𝙞𝙨𝙘𝙡𝙖𝙀🙗 Innovations, and what you see behind us is the aftermath of a 22R turbo build somebody did in a shop. All I know is somebody did an engine build, and it went from the shop to somebody who purchased one of our Haltech kits, and from there it went shop to shop to shop. So let's get right into the teardown and see what happens.
Pull the bolts off. This is not how it's supposed to be. There's not enough meat there if this is on here. So if you have this and this together, there's nothing to help center it on. It's a good thing this thing didn't run very long, because it would not have stayed running. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like this, and this is actually supposed to go this way. That's how it's supposed to be. More like a washer for the flex plate. This way the flex plate can still center on the crankshaft.
Yeah, that's not good. Just tore this engine down, in the middle of tearing it down. So we got shipped to us from Maui. Somebody out there put this engine together. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That one is questionable. That one's not bad. The bearings, on the other hand, a little different story. They actually look really, really bad. I think the bearing tolerances are too tight. I don't know if they weren't measured correctly. Some of them were okay, but they were all pretty well beat. The pistons got trashed, unfortunately. There was a lot of heat. I don't know if the piston cylinder wall is a little tight. We're going to measure that and find out, but every single one except for number 2 had scuffing, and it scuffs really bad, like galled. That is galled right there. Heat or too tight a bore, not enough piston to bore clearances. That is a forged piston, which should have been a minimum of 3.5 thousandths. If somebody was tuning on it, and it did have one of our Haltech computer systems on it, but we did not tune it. I don't know who tuned it, but if they were beating on it and it leaned the cylinder out, it could have created a bunch of heat, expanding the skirts into the cylinders. The fact that this one here is not scuffed like all the other 3 tells me that either this injector flowed really good and these ones did not. So it could have been an injector issue, could have been a tuning issue, could have been an overheating issue, could have gotten extremely hot a few times and then beat on it while it was extremely hot. Look at that. It's tough to say what the culprit was. We will be torquing these down and measuring to see what our clearances were, and we will be measuring our piston and bore clearances to see where they're at, just to see where the mistake was. This is an engine block that came from Maui. Somebody painted it green at one point. It's painted black, and we're getting a crankshaft out of it now, and then we'll see if the cylinders are any good. We can see that number 1 pretty much trashed, so we'll measure the bore and see what we can bore it to. It's going to need pistons. It'll need to be bored if it can go any larger. We found a bunch of other stuff, like one of the bell housing bolts was stripped, and we just kept finding more and more stuff. It does have LC Engineering Stage 3 head, so that's kind of the one thing going for it, but we'll take that up to LC and have them go through the cylinder head. We got the crankshaft out. Means it don't look too bad. Definitely looks like it can be polished. Take some measurements and see, but bearings are definitely trashed. Some of them looks like there was some debris that went through. Some of them looks like there was just maybe too much fuel in the oil or something. Do some measuring and see what happened. So the cause of the scoring was not from ring end gap, because this one here is about 30 thousandths plus, and that one there is 25 thousandths plus. Now this is the top ring, this is the second ring. Normally I will gap the top rings a little bit narrower, the second ring is a little wider so the heat can escape, but we have not found a reason for the piston scoring. Cylinder bore clearances were about 5 thousandths, and our ring gap was not too overly tight. Bye.